And welcome back, 24th of May, 5 a day for the further maths, and let's go straight to the first one. So we have a matrix and we have a thing multiplied by a thing, which gives me a thing at the end. So really, as long as I just multiply the thing on the left, I can just compare it to the thing on the right. Now, it doesn't matter which order I do it, but I must go from left to right. In other words, I can't do that times that way around. I have to do the thing on the left times the thing on the right. So in other words, I can do this first and then multiply by 2 later. So 2 times minus 1 is 3 times minus 1 is minus 3, 4 times minus 2 is minus 8, minus 5 times minus 1 is 5, and 1 times minus 2 is minus 2. And I can tidy all this up, which is going to give me minus 11 and 3. And I'm going to multiply all of that by minus 2. So just for clarity, I'm going to put this here. So it's like this one. And that tells me that minus 2 times minus 11 is 22. And minus 2 times 3 is minus 6. And that's equal to P and Q. And although you will get answer lines anyway, let's just be really clear about my answer here. So therefore, P is equal to 22 and Q is equal to minus 6. First question done. Next question. Work out the range of f of x, and it gives me a function for f of x. I'm going to work out the extremes because it tells me that x is between minus 3 and 3. So minus 3, or f of minus 3, is minus 3 minus 3 squared, which is 9. So that's minus 3 minus 9, which is minus 12. And f of 3 is going to be 3 minus 3 squared, which is 9, which is going to be minus 6. But that's not the answer. It feels like that should be the answer between minus 6 and 12. It's not, because a quadratic does this. So what I care about is where the vertex is. So I need to check that as well. So my vertex I'm going to do by completing the squares. That's going to be minus x squared minus x, which is minus x minus a half squared, put square brackets here, minus a quarter, and that's going to give me minus x minus a half squared plus a quarter. In other words, my turning point is going to be a half a quarter. So therefore this is above minus 6 and 12. So therefore my range is between minus 12. I can get minus 12, so I'm going to include that f of x and a quarter. Good question, very easy to get wrong. So make sure you're okay with that question. Next one. Use Pascal's triangles to expand, and he wants the whole thing this time. So I'm going to start by writing the fifth row. So that's 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1. Do learn those, always worth learning, so you're not sort of trying to work them out in an exam. Then I'm going to x to the 5, x to the 4, x to the 3, x to the 2, x to the 1, and x to the 0, which I won't write. And then the other way around, minus 3 to the 5 is minus 243. Minus 3 to the 4 is 81, minus is cancel. Minus 1 to the 3 is minus 27. Minus 1 squared, or minus 3 squared is 9. You can hopefully see the pattern here. And then I'm basically going to multiply things in columns. So I'm going to multiply column by all the columns out. And that's going to give me, well, it's going to x5 to start. And again, the order doesn't matter here because it doesn't say which order, but typically we actually do it in what's called ascending order. Anyway, that's not what I'm doing here. So it's going to be x5 to start minus 15x to the power of 4. 9 times 10 is 90, so plus 90 times x squared. 27 times 10 is minus 270x cubed. I'll write this down here just so it's neater. 5 times 81 is, that's going to be 405, isn't it? Yeah, 405. 405x. And then minus to end with, and that's going to be, well, I'm going the other way around, so it's just minus 243, which goes this way. And that's it. Question done. Again, doesn't matter which way around you write it. We tend to ascend rather than descend, but as long as it's clear what you've done, that's okay. Final question today. Work out the equation, the normal to the curve at the point. Okay, there's something that's made this question a little bit easier, which I'll get to in a second. So because it's a normal, I need the tangent. So dy dx equals 2x cubed plus 4x minus 2. And at the point x equals 0, from the point given here, that means my gradient, actually this question is a little bit easier than that could have made, isn't it? So my gradient is minus 2. So that means the gradient of my normal is the negative reciprocal, which is a half, which means the equation of my normal is going to be a half x minus 3. And how do I know it's minus 3? Because this one is my c term, because the x value is 0. So that must be where it crosses the y-axis. sort of clever little easy it looks question at the end there. I quite like the way they did that. As ever, do like, subscribe, really helps the channel sort of get a bit of traction going. Let me know how it went for you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks all.